let us get started. So good evening and welcome you all to this webinar on this PMP certification. So how the PMP certification will help you as an accelerator for your career growth so that you will be able to earn higher salary and will have a competitive edge over your that. Okay. So I have divided this webinar into two parts. 1 minute. So first we will talk about a small introduction about our company and about myself. And then I will just give some information about what is PMP certification and why getting a PMP certification, how it is going to help you. And then a bit about how the concept of the project management has changed over the last few years. I think some of you may be working in the software development or IT service sector. So you might have been heard about the latest project management concept, which is called as the agile methodology. So how this agile methodology will help you to manage the projects in a better manner. And that is what is actually the expectation for getting the PMP certification. That means the projects has to be managed through the agile methodology. So how it has evolved over a period of time that we will discuss. And then I will just give a brief about how we conduct the training at ICEQBS and how we can help you in terms of you getting the full understanding about the entire concepts and tools. And then our help for filling up the application form and getting it passed at the first time. And then making a personalized study plan and ensuring and guiding and following up with you for the taking the quizzes and mock test, and then till you get the PMP certified first time. So the kind of support what you are going to get for this. So these are some of the points which I'll be covering today. So first, let me talk about myself. My name is Annamalai. I am a BTech engineer from IIT Varanasi, Banaras Hindu University, and I completed my BTech degree in the year 1985. And I was certified as a project management professional in the year 2011. And the current certificate is valid up to August 2029. I am also a certified master black belt from the prestigious Indian Statistical Institute, Chennai, and I got that certification in the year 2013. And I am also a certified black belt, and I was certified by RG Consultants in Malaysia way back in 2004. So the last, I have a total of 40 years of experience, sort of which 22 years in manufacturing company, both in quality and production function, and then 8 years in a IT service company in the quality function, and almost last 11 years I am just running a company on my own. The company, which name is ICEQBS, and we are a Chennai-based company serving the global clients for the last 11 years, starting from 2011. And our expertise lies in the customized content development, training, and consulting services for lean management, Lean Six Sigma, and project management. So we always offer the ROI focused, that is return of investment focused services to our clients, whether it is corporate companies or the working professionals. So whatever the money you decide to spend on us, so you'll get multiple times you'll get the returns within a very few short period of time. So we just recover you, we prepare you to acquire the skills that is going to take you to the next level in your organization. And in that way, you'll be able to get the return of investment quite fast. So in the last 30 plus years of experience as a working professional and 11 years of experience as a consultant, I have served more than 15 plus industries, and I have successfully guided the project leaders to complete 500 plus Lean Six Sigma projects around the globe. And I have trained more than 8,000 professionals, both in Lean Six Sigma and project management professionals in the last so many years. So the main mission of our company ICEQBS is to empower the professionals to elevate their careers and help them to deliver excellence. So whether they are working in a operational role or a project management role, so we just teach that skills to the working professionals to excel in the operational excellence and project management. So we are the authorized training partner for the PMI, Project Management Institute, and we are authorized to give the 35 hours training certificate, which is mandatory for taking the PMP exam. And we also are accredited by the Council of Six Sigma certification for our green belt and the black belt project programs. So this certification is globally recognized, and currently around 60% of our students are coming from abroad, Middle East, Africa, Southeast Asia, Asia Pacific, Europe, and USA. So our students are spread across the entire globe. So the major clients with whom I have worked include the Amazon. So I was working with them for almost 5 years. So to initially they didn't have any infrastructure for the Lean Six Sigma project management. And then I just started in the year 2017 by training 8 green belt certificate holders and successfully handled them for completing the project. And then in the second year, then 30 projects were taken up, and 30 project leaders completed their project successfully under our guidance. And then in the third year, it became 60. And then one of the internal person was removed from his regular work, and he was made responsible for the implementation within the organization. And slowly I started transferring my responsibilities to him in terms of identifying the Six Sigma projects, then giving the project guidance as and when required by them, and doing the gate review. Means after each phase, we will have to do some review, phase gate reviews of the project, and then finally certifying that the project has been completed successfully. So we just built up some processes and infrastructure so that that was running in the autopilot mode when I just came after 5 years. So that was one of my major achievements as a working professional. In addition, I have also worked with companies like Asian Paints for their cultural change management, and the Goa Institute of Management. I'm a working professor, is a visiting professor, offering the Lean Six Sigma training to their MBA students. And I'm also a visiting professor for both university. So I also conducted the Lean Six Sigma and project management trainings to the Standard Chartered Bank, Tata Communications, Hyundai Motors, Mahindra Finance, and recently I completed for Accenture, Tata Chemicals, Pfizer Healthcare, and so on. So I have also been engaged in the consulting role in the Middle East Asian country, that is in Oman, Abraj Energy Services, and I also took the corporate training for Horizon Fisheries in Maldives. So these are some information about my company and my experience and the customers list. Okay. Okay, so before going forward, I'll just make a small announcement. So in order to make this training more interactive with active participation from each and every one of you, so I'm just going to have a small competition. So in the this webinar, you are going to have 4 polls and 3 quizzes, each quiz having 2 questions each. So a total of 6 questions you'll have to answer. And for those who are answering all those five polls, there is nothing like there is a right answer or wrong answer in the polls, because these polls are taken up to just gauge your current mindset. So there is nothing like correct or wrong answers. But the six quiz questions, again, one answer will be right. So you'll have to answer all the six quiz questions right. So you'll have to mandatorily answer these four poll questions and six quiz questions you'll have to answer correctly. So whoever is going to complete this, then they'll get a cash prize of 1,000 rupees, and that money will be transferred through Google Pay by tomorrow. Right. So we have a robust process for evaluating who is actually meeting this particular criteria. So in case more number of people are meeting these regulations, then we have a tiebreaker mechanism. So whoever is going to answer all the six quizzes at the first, means who is actually answering those questions correctly with a minimum time. So he'll be selected as a winner. And again, one more requirement is that if any one of the participants who has completed our previous webinars, they are not eligible for taking part in this quiz, right, in this competition. So again, you may be a winner for this 1,000 rupees. So be very sharp and try to answer quickly, and so that it will be enjoyable for you. And I also will get more energy for taking this webinar. Okay. So today the topics what we are going to cover. So what is PMP? So what is the PMP credential? And who is the governing body who is awarding this PMP certification? And why this certificate carries a global recognition? And second point will be about your career growth and salary. So how the PMP certified professionals compare in pay and progression globally and in India. So this certification is not only popular in India, but across the globe. And what are the opportunities for you as a working professional if you complete this certification? So the third topic will be about the competitive edge. So what is the advantage you are going to have as a PMP certified professional when compared to equally experienced but uncertified peer? So maybe you and one of your colleague may be competing for the same position, and you are PMP certified and he is not PMP certified. In all the others, you are equal. So in that case, what is going to be the competitive edge you are going to have over your colleague? So that I will explain. And finally, the fourth point about the training with ICEQBS. So why professionals choose ICEQBS to prepare for the PMP exam? So what type of examinations, what type of support we give for taking the exam, and how the training session will be conducted. I will also show you our the PowerPoint presentations and quizzes and the mock test and our learning management system. So quickly I will go through that. So you'll get a fair idea about the support what you will get if you take this PMP training from us. Okay. So before going further, I would like to have a quick question. You can just type yes or no in the answer. So have you heard about this PMP certification before? Yes or no? Can you type it in the chat box? Have you already, do you know about this PMP certification? Yes or no? Can you type it in the chat box? So again, all the answers for the polls and quizzes. So you'll have to just answer in the chat box. And we have a process by which we'll be able to collate all the information, and then we will be able to conduct this competition. So I'd like to have more answers, please. Okay, so 50-50. So 30%, 50% you have already known, 50% no. Okay. Okay, now we will take the first poll. So you'll have to write this answer. So which best describes you right now? So you want to right now know about your experience or your feelings towards PMP exam. So which best describes you right now? So again, only one of these four answers are you should answer, select. Answer A is practicing project manager considering PB. So that means you are already a project manager. and you are considering to get the PMP certification. Option B, you are a practicing project manager and you are convinced about the need for PMP and you are searching for some institutes who will be offering this training. Option C, you are not at all into project management. You are an operations executive or manager. So you are in quality or maintenance or production. And you are exploring the possibility of shifting to project management for a faster career growth. And option D, just curious to know about the potential of the PMP certification. Right? So these are the 4 answers. So you can select any one of these answers. Only one answer is right, or you'll have to give. So I can see more C's and D's. That means most of you are in operations and Excel, and some of you are curious to know, right? First time you are hearing about it. Okay. So now let us see what is PMP. So PMP is actually a certification given by institute, which is called as the Project Management Institute, PMI. It is based in Philadelphia, USA, and it was first formed in the year 1969. So it is a non-profit organization, and the main objective of PMI is to spread the best practices for project management across the globe. So they have a curriculum. So they have a what do you call it? A book, project management guide called as a Project Management Body of Knowledge, PMBOK, and which is revised every 5 to 6 years, depending upon the changes which are happening across the globe. So they just consult with all the stakeholders, like the small companies, medium-sized companies, larger companies, bigger companies, multinational companies, and individual entrepreneurs, then the academicians and the working professionals. So they just interact with the cross section of their stakeholders to really understand what type of the concepts and the tools should be tested to become a best practicing project manager. So they just change this project management body of knowledge, this guide, and currently we are running the PMBOK 8. So I will also tell you what are some of the very important concepts in PMBOK 8 later during the day. So this is a unique feature of PMI. So whoever is certified as a PMP, so they are going to be exposed to the latest trend in the project management and what are the best concepts and the tools that can be used for the project management. So this PMP certificate is held by the professionals across 200 plus companies, and it can say that PMP is actually the #1 certification for the project management. So around 80 to 85% of the project management certification, they hold the PMP degree, the certification. The Prince 2 is come as a distant second, maybe at 10 to 15%. So as I told you, the PMP exam tests the real world competence across the predictive, agile, and hybrid approaches, not just theory. So the very important point is that there are 180 questions which are asked in the PMP exam, and all these questions are situation based. So they will give a real life situation as a project manager, what you will be facing, and in that situation, how you should react, what action either you should have taken or you should take. So all those 180 questions will be situation based, so that whenever you are preparing for that, you will learn a lot of latest concepts and tools, and then how to apply that in a real project management. So that once you complete the PMP certification, it is not that you are getting only the certification, but you are also acquiring the skills to effectively manage your projects and become a leader in your own organization and come up very fast in your organizational ladder. So it is built on a living standard. So as I told you, it's aligned to the PMBOK guide, and the exams is conducted by the examination conduct outline, ECO. There is just a syllabus for the exam, and this is refreshed as the profession evolves. So the last 8 editions, it has changed quite a lot. So again, the PMP is actually a mark of leadership. So signals to employees that you can be trusted with the scope, budget, risk, and people, not just task. So you're not there only for the task management, but you are going to be a project leader, project manager, right? So they can just, the senior management can believe you that you'll be able to successfully complete the project on time, within the budget, and meeting all the requirements of the clients. So why the PMP matters, or how it is going to help you as a working professional? So there are 4 ways the PMP credential compounds in value over your career. First one is about your identity. So the professional credibility that travels with you. So just like the people say that you are an IAS officer or an IPS officer or a medical doctor or somebody. So once you put your designation or your certification PMP, and after your name, once you put your PMP certification, so that is going to give a lot of value to you. So the people are going to, because again, it is one of the toughest examinations that is conducted across the globe. And not all the people who take this exam, they pass through they get the PMP certification. So once you get the PMP certification, that means there is something in you which is separating you from the ordinary and extraordinary, right? So that credibility you are going to get as an individual. So stronger reputation among the peers and clients. So again, your peers and their clients, they are going to look upon you as someone who will be able to effectively manage the project. So that type of reputation you will get as an individual. And greater confidence leading teams. So again, 33% of the questions are coming from the people management. So once you prepare for that and clear the exam, that means you are going to get that acquire the skill of the project management leadership and team building capabilities, right? So that is going to give you a lot of confidence. Second one is about networking. So again, once you become a PMP certified project manager, then you will have the access to the PMA chapter community. So in all the biggest cities across the globe, we have the PMA chapters where there will be some on-site programs will be there, some webinars will be conducted, and again across the globe, a lot of events will be happening, so that you will always get exposure to the latest development in the project management related activities. So you'll always be in touch with the latest developments in the project management area. Peer mentoring opportunities. Again, once you mix with the people, so there will be some people who are aspiring PMP certification holders. So they may come and ask you for help in passing the exam. You'll have the opportunity for mentoring those people. And again, you will can have an opportunity to network with a global project management professional. So again, there's a lot of opportunities for networking with us. So for example, there may be a lot of project management chapter is there in Dubai or USA or UK, where project managers are there. So you build up a relationship with them. And in case you get an opportunity to work with that, then just by your relationship with that particular project manager, you may be able to shift your job also, right? So that opportunity is also there. Third one is about the improving the skills. So as I told you, we are going to get exposure to the global best practices in project management. So you'll have fluency in managing the project in the predictive, agile, and hybrid management. What is the difference between these three? We'll be learning shortly. And again, you'll become more sharper in the stakeholder and risk management. So the people management, risk management, and stakeholder management. So these are some of the specialized skills you will occur after getting the PMP certification. And the fourth one is about the career. So the global career mobility. So as I told you, once you become a PMP certificate, for example, right now you are only a project manager. You don't have any formal certification. But once you get a PMP certified, then the opportunities across the globe, they will come and knock at your doors, right? So again, moving from one domain to the other domain, or moving from one country to the other country, moving up in the layer up to the CXO level, because you know that up to the engineers and assistant managers, maybe you have to develop your operational management skills, operational excellence skills by going for the Lean Six Sigma or Lean Management something, so that you will be able to continuously improve, and then you'll be able to come up in the ladder. But once you reach the manager level and then you want to further go into the general manager and then senior vice presidents or CXO level people, then the improvements are always delivered through the project. So you should be able to know how you are going to, even though you are working in manufacturing, then how you are going to work on a project, and then you just take care of the project, constructing the buildings, then installation and direction of machinery, and then doing the trial run, and then handing over the facility to the production people. So this type of project management is really required. So these skills are very much required if you want to come into the CXO level people. So again, that is going to really improve your higher earning potential, and again, greater value to employers. So again, there are some companies who always think that, who always feel that even some of the clients in USA, they always ask that they want to recruit the project managers who are PMP certified, right? So getting the PMP certification is going to be very, very helpful for you to come up in the ladder. Okay. Now let us just go for the quiz one. So again, two questions are there. Only one answer is right. So you'll have to select the best answer. Okay. So I'll just give you a few minutes. Which organization issues the PMP certification as covered at the start of the today's session? Question number 2. Which of these was one of the 4 ways PMP compounds value in your career per today's session? Okay. So I request all of you to answer. More answers, please. Let it be very interactive. Okay, good. I can see a lot of answers. Good. Okay, last 10 seconds, then we will move to the next part. Okay. So how the getting the PMP certificate will help you in your career growth, a credential that grows with you. So PMP opens the doors at every stage of the project leadership ladder. So maybe currently, maybe you are managing the project as a project manager. So you just want the delivery of the scope, schedule, and budget on individual projects. So you are working on some individual project, and you are responsible for completing the entire scope of work within the budget, within the schedule, right? You are just managing only one project at a time. But once you get the PMP certification, because of the skills and knowledge, what you are going to get, then you may become a senior program manager, senior project manager, or a program manager, so that you will have the responsibility. You will be able to manage, coordinate a related project to achieve shared business outcome. So you'll be able to lead a group of coordinated projects, right? So that, for example, you are working in the construction industry and university, in your company, there are 4 projects which are simultaneously running. Then you can become the program manager, and then you can just manage all the 4 projects so that the resources are so shared in an optimal manner. You get from the suppliers, you are going to get bulk discounts and so on, so that you will be able to get a lot of benefits to your organization. So then once you are able to sign in that role, then you can move on to the PMO, that's a project management office role, or a portfolio leader. Then you can become the general manager or a CXO level person, and then you can just work upon how you can strategically contribute to your organization growth by taking up projects on some new product development or new facilities for the expanding your capacity and so on. So you become a, and then you also become a, how you can operationalize that, so that how you can meet the strategies of your company by effectively coordinating all those projects and operations, so that you become a portfolio leader, right? And then finally, you become a senior director or a CXO, executive level, CXO or CTO or a COO or something like that. So this is what is going to be the career path, what you can see, right? So the PMA's Global Project Management Talent Gap reports projects that need for up to 30 million additional project proposals worldwide by 2035. So the PMI always they conduct every year, they conduct some surveys and to just look upon what is going to be the demand for the project manager. And according to that survey, around 30 billion, that is around 3 crores of additional project professionals are required by the year 2035. So a lot of opportunities are there for growth if you become a project PMP certified project manager. Okay. So now this is the next poll. So again, you can just try to answer what according to you is your thinking now. So what is your biggest reason for considering the PMP? Now I think all of you have come to know more about the PMP certification. So what is the reason for that? So option A, you are looking for some career growth and promotion, or you are looking for some higher salary and the domain change. Maybe you are in manufacturing, so you want to move to projects handling some IT service or a software development project, or it is a requirement of your employers that until unless you become PMP certified, then only your next growth is going to come. Or fourth one is skill validation and credibility. So again, you want to acquire the skills and credibility within your peers. So again, select only one answer out of this four. Okay, as expected, I think most of you are opting for option A. More answers, please. Okay. Okay. So again, you may be curious to know, like, what is going to be the advantage if you are certified as a PMP. So again, as I told you, the PMI, again, they just conduct a salary survey every year. Maybe this is the 14th edition that was done in 2025, where 14,628 PMP certified professionals, they were surveyed across 21 countries. And according to this survey, so around the 17% is a higher median salary for PMP certified professionals across 21 countries, right? So on an average, the PMP certified professional, they earn 17% more salary when compared to the salary of their peers. Means equally nonsense, but only the differentiator is the PMP certification. 17% is the difference. So the median salary in USA for the PMP certified professional is around $135,000. So for the uncertified one, it is around 109, right? So around that's what is the 17% is coming from. And 2 out of 3 PMP certified respondents saw the total compensation rise in the past 12 months. So within the last 12 months, they got a substantial increase in the salary. So this was the response from more than 65% of the people who were interviewed. So nearly 3/4 of those with their rise received an increase of up to 10%, even amid global economic uncertainty. So even when the conditions are not doing good, again, they were able to get a lot of salary increase. So that is again the advantage of getting certified as a PMP exam. So definitely you are going to get a higher salary when compared to the non-certified peers. Okay. So the numbers what I told, the 17% is for the global based upon the feedback that was received from 21 different countries, right? So with that information with you, can you just make a guess? That is by answering the poll number 3. So what, according to you, what percentage higher do you think PMP certified salaries are in India versus non-certified? So 17% was the number for across the globe based upon the feedback from 21 countries. So the question is, in India, what do you think? What is the difference between the salaries of PMP certified and non-PMP certified professionals? So what is actually according to you? So you can just answer. Okay. More answers, please. What according to you is the higher percentage, higher salary for the PMP certified professionals. Okay. So this is what is the numbers here. It's again, the output from the same PMI survey. So the Indian PMP premium consistently runs ahead of the global average. So the median annual salary in India, so the PMP certified is 35% more higher when compared to the non-PMP certified professionals, right? So 35%. So nearly double the average, global average of 17%. And another important point is 71% of employees in India report a preference for hiring PMP certified project manager. So there is an opportunity in their organization for project management, and 71 out of 100 employees, they always would like to employ a PMP certified project manager. So that is going to be the demand for the PMP certification. So the competitive edge, so when we are comparing the one-to-one, you make a comparison between your colleague who is not certified as a PMP and you are a PMP certified professional, then how you both of you compare one-to-one? So the non-certified, your colleague, so his experience is described informally, hard to benchmark. So he's actually gaining only by the experience of handling the project. So there's no formal education or the formal awareness about the tools and concept. So he is actually goes only by based upon his experience. So the growth is going to be a bit slow. Whereas your competence is validated against a global PMA standard. So you are not only you are gaining that skills and competence, but you are also being tested against it. And it's just like putting the gold under the fire and then certifying that yes, you are a competent person in project management. So that type of validation you get by getting the PMP certificate. So for the non-certified, your peer approach varies project to project, person to person. So the same project, different project managers will have handled in a different way, or the same person will handle the different projects in a different way. So there will not be any consistency in the way they manage the project. Whereas if you are a PMP certified project manager, then you are going to be fluent across the different methodologies. So predictive, agile, or hybrid, always you'll be having a systematic approach for the project management. So for the non-certified peers, credibility built very slowly, project by project. So purely based upon your experience, you are going to gain the knowledge, and the growth is going to be very slow. Whereas once you get certified as PMP, that instant credibility will be there. The credential will always speak first. So you just in the opening your introduction, you just give you are a PMP certified. So that means that speaks a lot of whatever the 2-page or 3-page your resume is not going to talk, but that 1 3-lettered that certificate is going to talk a lot about it. So the non-certified peer will negotiate from a weaker, less evidence position. So he will not be in a position to negotiate from the position of strength. Whereas as a PMP certified professional, so 78% of the PMP holders negotiate their most recent offers versus 52% for the non-certified peers. So the bargaining power of the PMP certified professional is going to be very high, almost 50% more when compared to the non-certified peers. So definitely the PMP certification is going to give a lot of competitive edge over a competitor like one of your colleague. Okay. So now question number 2. So again, 2 questions are there. Each question, only one answer is right. So you can just answer these questions. So per today's salary data, what percentage higher is the median PAP certified salary in India versus non-certified? And question number 2, what percentage of PMP holders negotiate their most recent job offer per today's competitive wage data? Okay, I'll give 10 more seconds for you. Then we will move on to the next topic. Okay, now that we have talked about what are the opportunities and what is going to be the skills and competency you are going to skill. So now again, everything will work only when there is a demand. Like when you are going to gain some competency, you are going to gain some skills. But if it is not going to be any demand is going to be there, again, it is not going to be helpful to you. But that's the reason why we are talking about the what is going to be the demand. So again, one of the myths currently is that the PMP certificate is going to be beneficial only for the IT professionals, right? Mainly for the software developers. So whoever the project manager who are managing the IT projects only, the PMP certification is going to be very much helpful in their career growth. But that is only a myth. So the fact that irrespective of whichever domain you are working, you may be working in manufacturing, you may be working in IT sector, IT service company, software development, or oil and gas, then financial services, pharmaceutical companies, construction, healthcare. So any domain, any sector, you are always going to be, a lot of demand is going to be there, right? Because as I was telling you earlier, the value for any organization or the growth of any organization is depending upon how successfully the projects are going to be executed, right? So as I told you, it may be a capacity enhancement project, it may be a new product development project, it may be a stakeholder some project needed to take care of the pollution, the statutory norms, etc. So how those projects are going to be successfully managed, so that is going to determine the growth potential of the organization. So around 30 million additional project professionals are needed globally by 2035 to meet the demand. So that's what is the PMA Global Project Management Talent Gap reports, right? And again, 62% of the PMP required roles in 25 offered the hybrid or the remote work, up from 38% in 2009, widening the opportunity to beyond your home city. So again, you know that during the time of COVID, there was a lot of requirement or there's a lot of opportunity for working from home, and that opportunity is coming down day by day. But if you are going to be PMP certified project manager, then you can just take up some freelance project management work, and then you can just work as a freelance project manager for multiple projects, sitting from home or for the multinational companies, right? That opportunity is also there. Okay, so now we have heard about in terms of improving your competency, in terms of impeding the more opportunities and more career growth and success. So how the PMP can contribute to that. So we have learned. So now I'll just explain. Again, we are always talking about something like agile, productive, and hybrid. So again, some of you might not have been exposed to those particular terminologies. So now I'll just explain how the project management has evolved for the last so many years. So as I told you, the PMI was first established in 1969, and it's a non-profit organization with the main aim of spreading the best project management practices across the globe. So even though it was established in 1969, so the first PMBOK, first edition, that was released only in 1996. Actually, the PMP exam is started in the year 1984, but there was no the formal guide or any books for the project management best practices from PMA. So the first edition was released in the year 1996, and from 1996 to 2017, 6 editions were released. Right. So again, every 4 to 5 years, again, PMI changes the edition, taking care of all the recent developments in project management competencies. So again, the one common thing in the editions from 1 to 6 is it was more of a predictive way of project management, right? So where the requirements are known and they are frozen at the very beginning of the project, so that you are able to have a clear understanding about the customer requirement, so that you will be able to plan ahead of ahead, and then you will be able to finalize the scope, and then accordingly you will be able to plan for your schedule and the cost, and then you're able to identify the risk in a very easy or a proactive manner, so that you'll be able to complete the scope of the work within the agreed budget and agreed the schedule. So if you are able to complete all the scope of work within the budget and within the schedule. That means you have been successfully, you have completed the project. So that was the approach. That was a predictive approach. That was prevalent from the PMBOK 1 to 6 up to 2017. But again, when this was going on, somewhere around year 2001, all of you are aware that in 1991, right, in the early 1990s, a lot of globalization took place, and the IT projects, the software development projects, many projects came in. And the unique feature of the software development projects was that the customers themselves were not very clear about what they wanted, right? So until unless the software development, for example, a bank employer is actually running its operations manually, and then they want to automate the processes so that it becomes less error prone and higher efficiency, so that the manpower cost can be reduced and so on, right? But again, the customers themselves may not be able to clearly explain what actually they want, right? So in that case, there has to be a collaborative work between the software developer and the bank employee. And then once some parties develop, then the developer has to take it to the employee, ask him to run that particular software, whether it is working. And then if there is a problem, then he will give the feedback, and then the software developer has to incorporate the feedback. So like that, a closer interaction between the user and the supplier was very much needed. And unlike the predictive methodology, where you can do a lot of planning upfront, so here it was not like that. So the requirements of the customer itself will be constantly changing, and we should be able to accommodate all those changes required. So that's where the agile methodology. So this actually was born in, again, the United States in the year 2001. So a group of some 11 software developers, they just met, and then they just formalized, and they came out with the agile methodology. So the PMP exam was conducted as per the predictive methodology till 2017, but they also started thinking that if a particular approach is going to work well in the software development projects, then why not in other domains and other projects? Then slowly they started implementing and giving importance for the agile methodology. So even in the 6th edition, there was some mention about that. But 7th edition, which was released in 2021, then it was more prevalent. So around 50% of the questions that came in the PMP exam was based upon the agile methodology. And the 8th edition, that is the current one, PMBOK 8, was released in 2026. And again, there also the agile is actually the basis. And then we are also adding some of the latest concepts like the artificial intelligence, sustainability, and value delivery woven, right? So now, according to this agile methodology, so if you are able to complete the project on time, within the budget, completing all the scope of work, that is not only going to, that is maybe only one of the success criteria, but the more important success criteria will be whether you are delivering the value to the customer. For example, as per the earlier version, the predictive version, if you are working on a software development project for automating the work of a bank, then if you are at the end of the project, if you are going to deliver the software, then your work is done, and you have developed it, and the bank employee, they have tested, and then they have agreed, and then your job is over. But as per the PMBOK 7, that is the PMBOK 8, that is not, your project is not going to end there. So your project will be considered successfully only when the bank employees, they start using it on a day-to-day work, and then you are going to give them the support for the transition, training, maintenance, and all the manuals and the training manuals, etc. So that whatever the business reasons why the bankers purchased, they were able to achieve the business result. So delivering the value to the stakeholders and customers, that becomes the number one priority as per the PMBOK 7 and 8. So completing the project on time and within the budget, that takes a back sheet, right? So that's about the difference between the predictive and agile. So now the agile methodology is not only prevalent in the software development, but also in the other domains. It's very, very relevant. And that's what the PMA wants to now ensure that the project managers from all the domains are getting this particular skill set. Second, as I was telling you, the myth is that agile is a coding skill, and it's going to help only the software development, but it's only a mindset. what we are thinking is agile is actually mindset. So maybe most of you already have given a feedback that you are from operations, and you would have heard about this lean management, right? So what is lean management actually? So lean management means identifying and eliminating waste in the process, and that will help you to improve your efficiency and productivity, right? So the concepts of lean, which has been customized to meet the requirements of the software development. So that's what we call as agile methodology. So the concepts and the tools, they just take the origin from the lean management. For example, the terms like Kanban, Kaizen, and Pokayoke. So these type of terms are very popular in agile methodology also. So it is nothing different. It is only the adaptation of the lean management to suit the software development project. So now we have seen what is the difference between the predictive and agile. But nowadays, what we are finding is that the general concept is that the predictive management alone is not going to help you, and the agile management is not alone is not going to help you. So it is going to be a combination of the predictive and agile. So some part of your project means you need agile will be more suitable, and some part of the project the predictive will be better. For example, you are working in a pharmaceutical company and you want to develop a new medicine for fighting the cancer. And again, you have got a 3 years period by which you should be able to develop that particular medicine, put it into production, and also you will have to get the government approval so that you can sell it in the market. So the development of the medicine itself can be taken in an agile manner because you really do not know what are the requirements of the customers, right? And the suppliers and customers, which process you are going to follow, you do not have any certainty. So the requirements may keep on changing, and then that development can be done in an agile manner. But once you have developed, maybe within 2 years, you have developed the medicine, you have proved that it is working. But then afterwards, again, it is a very cumbersome process to get it approved by the particular government. So again, all those approval processes are very stable. So they are very documentation heavy. So they need a lot of clarity on those documentation and this thing and all. So that part of the project can be done in a predictive manner. So development in the agile manner and getting the approval in the predictive manner. So both these type of concepts will be applying in the same project. Then we call it a hybrid project, right? So nowadays, most of the project we are now handled in a hybrid manner. So that's how the project management has evolved over the last 50 years. So again, the PMP exam is actually divided into three particular domains, three aspects of project management. And these are weightage given for the 180 questions which are appearing in the PMP exam. So people is around 33%. So 1/3 out of the 180 questions, 60 questions will be based on the people management, team building, team dynamics, team environment, leadership skills, etc. And 41% of the questions are related to the process. That is the schedule management, scope management, cost management, risk management, stakeholder management, and so on. And 26% of the questions are going to come from business environment, right? So how the project is aligning to the strategy of the company. So how you'll have to know all those things, and then how you'll have to take it to the team members so that everybody is aligned to the objective of the project. So that is about and then whenever there's some changes to the internal environment or external environment to the project, then how we are going to handle that. So for that, understanding the business environment is also very important. That carries around 26% of the weightage. Okay. So now the question may be, like there may be some questions running in your mind. So what are the eligibility criteria for the PMP exam? So there are two parts. One is for if you are a BTech or not only BTech, it's a bachelor's engineer with a minimum 3 years of education in the graduation and postgraduate. Maybe you can be a BCom and a MCom, you can be a BSc, MSc, or you can be a BTech with a 4 years of degree course. So in that, if you have that minimum 4 years of bachelor's degree education, then you should have 3 years of the project management experience, 36 months in a leading and directing the projects. And you should have completed the 35 years of formal training, which has been offered, which is offered by companies like us, institutes like us, right? But some of you might have been like a diploma engineers, and then after that you would have come up with the ladder. So if you are not having a bachelor's degree, then you are only a diploma holder, then you should have 5 years of project management experience. And again, you should have taken this 35 years of training, right? So that is the eligibility criteria for taking the PMP exam. So the PMP exam, as I told you, is around 180 questions. So multiple choice questions will be there mostly. So only one answer may be right, and some questions will have multiple choice questions, multiple answers also may be right, and some questions may come with a match the following, dog and trap, and something related to the images and etc. Some few questions will be there, but predominantly it will be the single right answer, multiple choice questions, right? So that is about the PMP exams, 180 questions to be answered within 4 hours. And again, once you take the exam and submit it, then you will know whether you have cleared the PMP exam or not. And then these 3 different domains, that is the people and process and the business environment. So whether what grade you have got. So they're not going to give you the exact marks that has been scored by you, but they will give you the grade below target, and above target and all. And if you want to get certified as a PMP, then you should have target and above in all the 3 domains. It is not that you get above average in 2 domains and then you got a below average in 1. Then also you're not going to be certified, right? So normally the PMA membership, again, it is always advantageous to take the exam being a PMA member because it will be cheaper. And the 1 year membership will be somewhere around 11,000 to 14,000 rupees, because again it changes according to the dollar value. And the PMP exam fees will be somewhere between 25,000 28,000. So roughly it will cost around 38 to 40,000 rupees plus 18% GST. So you can put around 45 to 46,000. That will be if you are living in India. If you are living abroad, maybe around 10,000 more, maybe that, right? So that is going to be the cost of taking the PMP exam. Okay. Now we go to the quiz number 3. Again, you can answer only one answer is right. So with a 4-year degree, how many months of project experience does PMA require for today's eligibility slide? 4 years bachelor's degree. And the second question is, what is ICEQBS official status with PMA as covered earlier today? Second, as I was telling you, only one answer is right. So you can just give the right answer. Okay. Last 10 seconds. Then we will move to the next topic. Okay. So now I'll just move on to the last topic. That is what are the advantages of taking this PMP training at IceQBS. So again, I will be the trainer who will be taking this training. And as I have earlier shown you about my introduction. So I'm a PMP certified professional. And I got the PMP certificate in 2011. I'm also a certified Six Sigma Black Belt and Master Black Belt. And I basically have a BTech engineering in 1985. So again, I have 30 plus years of experience, both in operational and project management expertise. So more than 10 plus years of PMP training and expertise. And I have trained more than 8,000 professionals across the globe, and 500 projects have been completed successfully across the globe. And again, IceQBS, again, we are officially the PMI authorized training partner, right? We are the authorized training partner for PMI. So across the globe, there are hardly around a few thousand, maybe 1,000 or 1,200 institutes are there. Maybe active institutes, maybe somewhere around 1,000 only. So are authorized they are the authorized training partner for PMP. And so again, it is not a very cumbersome job. It is not that any institute they apply for getting the ATP, they will be PMI will approve. So again, they just go through the documentation, process documentation, financial status, technical competency, or even the trainer has to be certified by PMI. So again, we also get a train the trainer, no? So we are actually undergoing a train the trainer program, and then I'm certified as a authorized trainer for PMP, right? So only the authorized trainer for PMP can take the PMP, this 35 hours of training. So we are formally authorized by PMI to deliver the exam preparation. And again, we have the access to the official PMA licensed exam preparation course material, not third-party approximation. So our course materials are conducted based upon the official content given by the PMI. So we are actually committed to PMI to meet in the quality standards for the content delivery and the competence of the instructor. As I told you, we'll have to be certified by PME as a trainer who can take the PMP training. So a credential earned by the training provider on top of your trainer's individual PMP and master black belt certification. So not only as a trainer, but also as an organization, we have been screened by PMI to give this certification, right? So when you train with the ICEQBS, you are training with the provider. PMI itself has weighted, not just an instructor with a personal certification. So what actually sets ICEQBS apart for the PMP training is that we have a mobile first learning management system. So we have a very robust learning management system. I'll just show you. So all the study material, all the quizzes, all the mock tests, and all the recording of the session, everything will be loaded into the learning management system. So you can just access it through your mobile anytime, anywhere, right? So even if you are forced to miss maybe one or two sessions because of some personal emergency, then these recordings will be uploaded in the learning management system so that at your convenience and at your pace, you'll be able to learn those things. So these are very important aspects. It's a very robust learning management system. So with almost more than 99.9% of uptime. So even if you have some 10-15 minutes of free time, then you can just go through some of the concepts, or you can attempt some quiz or something like that. So that, because that is very much needed when you take the PMP exam, then along with your very busy professional life and personal commitment, it will be very difficult for you to find the time. So this type of mobile app will definitely help you to find some small gaps in which you'll be able to prepare for the exam. So again, we have a structured and easy aligned study material. So the material official content given by PMI is a bit difficult to understand. It is not actually. So we have, in order for the easier understanding for the people especially from the other domains who do not have any previous expertise or experience in the agile methodology. So we have organized the content. We have included a separate section for what the mindset change you should have as a project manager with respect to the agile methodology. So we have a separate section for each and every topic, right? Again, I will just show you so that you are going to be exam ready. So our course material is prepared, keeping the examination in the mind, so that as you are learning, then slowly you will be able to realize that your mindset is going to change. So very important requirement for taking the PMP exam is that already you may be having a lot of concepts in the project management, right? Based upon your experience. So all those things you'll have to unlearn first, and then you have to go through the PMP content. You'll have to get used to the PMI terminology, and then you'll have to get aligned to the PMBOK way of managing the project, because that is what will be tested. So you'll have to unlearn, learn, and relearn all the concepts, and then only you'll be able to pass. Right. So for that, again, our study material will help you to align your thinking and align your knowledge to the agile methodology as per the PMI official content. Third important thing is about the recordings of every live sessions, as I told you. Like either because of some emergencies, you have mistake class, or maybe you are not able to understand clearly in the first time when it was taken in the class, then these recordings will be uploaded in the mobile app so that anytime you can view that. Second, the leveled practice quizzes. So difficulty ramps up chapter by chapter. So again, we start with some easier quizzes for a few chapters. Then we will just prepare you for taking more and more difficult questions. But all the questions should be situation based, right? So all the questions are going to be situation based. But only thing is the difficulty of the questions will be slightly improving. So by the time we normally have some 26 different quizzes are there. around 15 to 20 questions from each topic. And then we have some mock tests, 7 mock tests are there. And then finally, we have some 2 or 3 full exams we will give you. So once you come to us, and then we will give you some very few outside references, that too PMA only, not any third-party references we are not going to give. But once you are able to understand the concepts taught by us, our official content, our content, and our exam, we are going to give a separate note. So with that material itself, we'll be able to pass the PMP exam the first time, right? All the practice questions, and then the 3-level mock test, difficulty level. Level 1 is easy, level 2 is medium, level 3 is difficult test, very difficult, exam difficulty, etc. And then, as I told you, you are going to get a short exam notes for the final revision. So maybe a very, very compact reading material, so that within 1 or 2 hours, you'll be able to go through the entire material. So maybe once or twice in a week, you can go through that, and then you will be able to keep all those concepts fresh in your mind. And very important is about a study plan built around you. So again, we will just sit with each and every one of you, and then we will just prepare a study plan depending upon the time what you'll be able to spare for the preparation. And normally, it will take around 5 weeks because we conduct the training only every Sunday. So it will take around 5 weeks. And then after that, maybe within 4 to 6 weeks, you'll be able to just take the PMP exam. But again, we will just certify whether you are exam ready or not. So for that, again, we'll be just preparing a personalized plan with you. And then if you are able to follow the plan, and then you are able to achieve the goals, whatever you're setting for you, then we can just certify that you are exam ready and you can confidently take the exam. So your path to the PMP certification. So first you'll have to check the eligibility. So you can just contact us. Then we will just check whether you are, because again, some of you may be working in operation for last maybe 5 years or 10 years or 15 years. So you may be having a doubt whether I am eligible for taking the PMP exam. Then we will just give you the counseling. We will just go through your experiences, and then we will just check whether you are eligible for taking the PMP exam with respect to the project management experience. Then you can take the training with us, and then we will help you to apply for the filling the application form. So again, the project experience and all, how you can present it, so that first attempt itself, the application is going to be this thing. Then as per the study plan, you just prepare for the exam, and then you take the exam confidently, and then you will be able to get it certified. So again, you can take the PMP exam either sitting at home by going through a proctored exam, or you can go to the PMI approved centers in the major cities. So you can just go and take the physical exam. But again, taking the exam online through the practice exam, either from your home or office, that possibility is also there. Okay, so these are some of the feedback given by our July batch students who have cleared the PMP exam in July. So the exam questions were very similar to what we covered in training and the practice app. There's a mobile app, and Mr. Annamalai short notes were extremely useful in my preparation. And the other thing is about my heartfelt thanks to Mr. Annamalai for his exceptional mentoring. Practice solve the questions in the class app, that is a mobile app, and focus on understanding the concept rather than memorizing the answers. Right? Okay. So I'll just give you a very brief detour about our study material and then our approach. So again, the training is going to be conducted with the help of the PowerPoint presentations, which I will show you now. So there are lesson number 2 up to lesson number 8. These are the different lessons are there. So for example, this is the first lesson, lesson 2. First one is about introduction, just giving some basic information about the PMP exam. So you can see that this is what is the topic, the big picture, the basic fundamentals of project management. So we just start with what actually topics we are going to cover in this particular lesson. And then again, we have the key concepts, and then with the pictures, very easy to understand. And then you can see that with pictures, they're not very text heavy with picture. And very important, the approach, which you can see in none of the other institutes, is in each topic, you are going to give this particular the content, that is the agile mindset. That means if you have to be an agile project manager, then what actually you should be, how you should be thinking, right? In this particular topic. So whatever the theory we have covered, so what is expected out of a agile project manager, right? So some important tips will be given here. So once you go through this repeatedly, then slowly your mindset also will change, and then you will get aligned to the agile way of the thinking. Because remember that 60% of the questions, whatever you're going to answer, is going to come from the agile and the hybrid project management, right? So that is the reason this is very important. And then from the exam scenario, from the examination point of view, then what is a normal mistake? So you are instinctively, you might be able to think in a particular way and then make mistakes. So these were the common mistake you may make if in this particular situation. But if you are agile minded person, then how your response should be, right? So this differentiation also we have. So these two part in any topic which you will not find in any other training institute. So this material, whatever you are seeing here, is aligned to the PMA official content, and then with a special emphasis on the exam readiness, right? So that you will be able to get that mindset change. So again, this was the next topic. So again, after that also you can see that. Again, the points for agile thinking exam scenario, right? So again, you can see the pictures, easy to understand, not text heavy. So like that, we have the presentation, and then what I was showing you about these the quizzes. So the study material. So this is what is going to be the exam ready short notes what we are going to give. So we will give that as a Word document. So again, it's very precise to the point, but again covers all the important points which you need to know to clear the PMP exam. And then suppose now you are taking, say most of the learnings for the PMP exam will come by answering the mock test and quizzes, right? So it is not that you go through the presentation 100 times, and then you go through this Word document 200 times, and then you go through the recordings by 50 times. Again, that is not going to help the PMP exam, right? So you can just go through this, understand all the concepts and the principle, and then you take the quizzes. And then when you are answering the situation-based question, again, you may make some mistakes, and then you'll have to again go through the justification for the right answer. So all our quizzes will have that. And then you'll be able to understand why your answer was wrong and why the correct answer is correct, right? And if there is any problem, then you can come back to us, then we will just clear that, right? So once you learn something, some new concept, or maybe something you are thinking differently, but after attempting the mock test or the quizzes, again, your learning has changed, your understanding has changed, then you can come immediately come here, and then you can type that this is what is the new learning you have got, right? So that you can just change the color of that particular font also, so that you know that okay, this was the initial content, and then after that, after taking the mock test and the quizzes, so these are the new learning. So then again, you just go through this particular Word document maybe once or twice in a week, then you'll be able to have a clear understanding, right? So this again a very unique facility we are giving to all our students, like exam notes. Okay, then I will just open our content. This is the LMS, Learning Management System. So you'll be mapped to a particular batch. So this is actually the PMP Sunday, July batch. We started in July, and we'll be ending in the next session, Sunday. So this is what is about the content. So the study material. So you can see that these are the presentation, what I showed you. So these are the individual presentation, PowerPoint presentation converted into PDF. And then we also have the notes, that Word documents, whatever I showed you, right? So you can access, these are the study material that is there in this. And then these are the recordings. So once the session is completed on Sunday, on Monday, it will be uploaded in this mobile app so that you can view it anytime, every time from sitting at home. And then you're also having the test quizzes. So already some 26 quizzes are added here. So there are the individual quizzes. Okay. So just go through maybe 10 questions, 15 questions will be there. So again, once you submit it, again, you'll get to know like how many questions you are already right, how many questions you got it wrong. And then you also get the justification for the right answer, so that the concepts will be becoming clear for you. And that's it to that. So once you complete chapter by chapter quizzes, then you go to the mock test. So the mock test, again, we have the 7 mock tests are there. So you can see that first 3 mock tests are 100 questions, maybe a easier type to be answered in 2 hours. It will be a bit easy. So this just for you to get motivated. Otherwise, if I'm going to expose you to the PMP level of difficulty questions initially itself, then you will be demotivated, right? So 100 questions in 2 hours, simple questions. 4 and 5 will be medium, 150 questions in 3 hours, medium complexity questions. And 6 and 7 will be more tough. So similar to the difficulty level, what you get in the PMP exam. So in the normally, even though the PMI does not declare how much percentage you should get to pass the PMP exam. So normally the understanding is that if you are getting more than 70% in the PMP exam, then it is good enough to get the PMP certification, but it is not official, right? So in this mock test also, if you are able to, you should aim for more than 75 plus, 75% plus. If you are planning and you are consistently getting, then you can consider yourself to be exam ready, right? So all those ingredients required for your successful completion for the PMP exam, first time, everything is there, right? So well documented presentations along with the pictures and the important points for the agile mindset and the exam mindset. Then about the these exam study material. So exam notes for the last minute references. Then the videos to clear any very difficult topic, and then the quizzes and mock tests that will help you to check your understanding quite frequently, right? So again, once you complete the session, we'll help you for the preparing for the PMP application, that formalities, and then the study plan. All those will also be there, right? Okay. Okay. Now I think we are coming to the fag end of the session. So this is the last poll. So how ready are you to start your PMP journey? So again, you can just select any one of these answers. How ready are you to start your PMP journey? So ready to enroll in the next batch, or need more information first? Okay, whatever you got first, maybe only a first hand information. So some of you would have like to have more information. Then in that case, you can select B. And maybe some people have already given the feedback, just exploring for now, right? So they just want to explore now, and then they may not be immediately going for the certification, or maybe is not the right time because of maybe they're under work pressure or financial difficulties. So many reasons may be there. So you can just select the best answer from this 4, anyone. Okay. So last 10 seconds to answer the questions, and then we will go to the next final thing. Okay. So if you are ready to take the next step or you want more information, then this was the contact number. You can just contact this particular number, and you can get more information from our website, www.icqbs.org. So a dedicated page is there for the PMP program. So the coming batch is starting on 6th of September. It will go on for 5 weeks. So the class timings will be 11:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. IST, right? So this time we have selected because it is actually very convenient for the people in India, the Middle East, Africa, Europe, Southeast Asia, and Asia Pacific countries, right? So other than USA and Canada, because not many of our students are coming from that North American region. So for all our current scope of our current target audience, so for all of them, it will be convenient. So that is the reason we are actually having this time here. So you will get the 35 hours of conduct certificate, and you will get the soft copy of the PMBOK and the aligned material, mock exams, and the mentor support and application. So these are the facilities you will get for if you attend our classes, right? Okay. So that's what I wanted to say. So again, if any one of you want to leave, we can leave. And again, thank all of you for joining this session. And if some of you want to know more about it and you want more clarification, then you can just ask the question. So these are questions and open discussions. So if you have any questions, you can just raise the questions to me now. Any questions? Any questions from anyone? Balaji, Dinesh, Garvita, Gopal, Likita, Hassan Kumar, Harpaya, Kuldeep Singh, Maharajan, Manikandandi, Manoj, Mohammed, Naveen Kumar, Naveen Gupta, Ram Singh, Santosh Kumar, Sri Ram, Subramanian, Veerana Gowda. So any questions, you can just ask me now.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yes, Santosh.
This is Santosh Kumar from. Sir, I am the manufacturing industry experience around 15 plus.
Okay.
This PM study, how to it will be help for manufacturing industry?
So you are currently in which what is your current designation?
I am a manager of maintenance
Manager,
engineering department.
engineering department, right? So engineering department, is it related to development or is it related to maintenance?
Related to maintenance one.
Okay. So what is going to be your next career opportunity in your company or outside? What you are looking for?
In my company or any other company, I will be go to I am senior manager or like that, AGM
Yeah.
or DGM like that.
Yeah. So for example, you are the maintenance engineer. That means any installation and erectioning
Yeah,
of
that should
any.
happen.
So that
Yeah,
is
that is happening.
so that is happening, right? So again,
Yes.
that is would be managed as a project, right? Because again, there will be some
Yeah.
targets within maybe 6 months or 1 year. You have to and then you have to coordinate with a lot of stakeholders, right? Right from the suppliers,
Mm.
the contract labor, contract team, and your customer and everything. So all those things you have to manage, right? So once you
Yes,
gain
sir.
this once you become a PMP, this thing, then you can just because you know that the senior management, once you want to become the general manager or the vice president or the CXO, CO or CFO, then what actually they're looking for? They're looking for, because as I told you, the value or the growth of the organization can happen only through the projects, right? For example, you are working in the manufacturing company and then you are having a capacity to produce 50 tons. So, and then
Okay.
for that, you are having a turnover of, say, 50 crores. So if you want to increase
Mm.
your turnover to 75 crores, then what you need to do?
We want to expansion or
Yeah, either you have to expand your capacity, or you have to go for a new
yeah.
product, or you have to open a new product line, or you have to go for a different city or something like that. So everything is going to be project based, right? So the more and more senior level you want to go within the organization, different organization, then the PMP certification will be very much helpful to you. And other thing is, like, for example, you may be thinking that, okay, now manufacturing maybe money wise, maybe it is not paying me well. So maybe I can just explore the possibility of going to some other thing, right? So for example, I was actually in manufacturing for 22 years, right? And then initially I
Yes,
got
sir.
certified as a Lean Six Sigma. And because of and then I was coordinating the Lean Six Sigma project in that organization. And based upon my experience in the Lean Six Sigma, then I moved into a IT service company as a head of quality with almost 3 times the salary, right? One job I got, right?
Yeah.
And then there I also got certified as a PMP, right? So now this PMP is a excellence, project management excellence, and Six Sigma is a operational excellence. And once you have this type of certification, then there is going to be it is very easy for you to change the domain, and it will be easy for you to work with the different domain, and then you can come up with the organization, right? Otherwise, if I don't have this PMP or the Six Sigma certification, so how can I work with companies like Amazon for 5 years? How can I take the training for Accenture and everything, right? So that
Yeah.
type of
Okay.
competency
Understand.
you'll be able to get. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Understand, sir.
yeah, yeah. So see, if you want
Thank
to managers plus, I think PMP is a must. That's what I will say.
you. Yes. Okay.
That will accelerate your career growth.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions? Yeah. Yeah. You will get the certification in the fill in the application. And again, how about the job support? As I told you, again, I can see that a lot of like suppose you are interested in getting the job abroad. Again, there are some specialized organizations are there, consultancy organizations are there. And if you approach them, then they will get you a very good job, right? So there are a lot of companies are there. So this PMP certificate is going to be a sort of a key for job in the Middle East, right? Because again, there are a lot of opportunities there for the oil and gas, construction, and then manufacturing industries. Also, there are a lot of industries, and the warehouses, right? Warehouses, and so a lot of opportunities are there, and so you'll be able to get that job, right? Okay. So, any feedback, any suggestions you want to give, you can just give about this training, or if you feel that maybe some more information should be included, or maybe it was good or not good, or whatever it is, you can just two of you can give the feedback, and then we can close the session.
Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
Sir, you are actually the chemical engineer, I think, but you are
Ceramic
working in
engineer.
this.
Ceramic
Okay,
engineer.
sir.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay, sir. But you are working in that IT industry in quality for the 3 years.
Mm.
But it is your career and your company work it is totally different, and IT segment is totally different. How you can able to handle the project in IT by learning as a project PMP course?
No, that's what I told you. No, like once you learn Six Sigma, then irrespective of
Okay.
whether whatever is going to be the end product or end service, we are going to see only as a process, right? So that means in Six Sigma, we always say that you just have some inputs, right? So in the manufacturing, you'll have some raw material as the input, and then you are processing the raw material in the various machines under various processing conditions, and then you will get the final output, maybe the electronic component or a manufacturing component, the automobile component or something like that, right? And the IT
Okay.
service or the software, what you are going to get some raw information, right? It's a raw material, you are going to get some raw information. This raw information you are going to process through various stages in your computers using some various tools and other things. And then finally, you are going to get the required output, maybe some ERP or some cloud, some product or IT product or IT service you are going to get, right? So we are just seeing only in terms of some processes, right? Some inputs. So you just have a tighter control over the inputs, tighter control over the process condition, then your output you will be able to get. So that's what the concept we follow. And as for the project management also, again, is going to be the same. So irrespective of whether you are leading a IT project or you are leading a development project or you're leading a construction project. So everywhere you'll have to manage the stakeholders, you'll have to manage the communication, you'll have to manage the risk, you'll have to manage the schedule, you'll have to manage the scope. So again, all those processes are quite common, right? So
Okay.
the product or service is going to be only the outcome, but the
Okay.
processes is going to be very, very important. So for the project management, again, the PMA has set maybe around some 49 processes are there, which is well set, and then you can customize to the requirement of your project. So
Okay, sir.
the final the one line answer to your question is, so the whatever the output you are going to give in any project is not going to be really be dependent upon the final product or service what you are going to deliver. It's only the processes you will be focusing more on, to the processes and the tools and concepts what you can use at the different stages. That you will learn. That's where you will get the competency.
Okay, sir. But in the PMP, you were told that all the questions are scenario based. If you
Uh,
don't have the experience in other industries or for civil engineering or in IT industry, if that case of scenario, if they are given means,
hmm.
without experience, how we can answer the questions, sir, actually?
No, that's why I told you. They may say that as a you are a project manager managing a construction project, and then you are finding that some key deliverable you have missed it, and the customer is very angry, and then you are given some other revised plan, and then one of the key employee who has to execute now he comes and asks for a leave because some of his father is quite ill, and then he wants to go for a 1 week, 1 month leave, long leave. Then how will he handle the situation, right? So there, the construction project manager is going to be of little important, right? The situation is very important.
Yes.
So this situation, either you may face either as a IT project manager or as a oil and gas project manager or as a pharmaceutical this thing, right? So that situation, how you are going to manage, that's what is going to matter. The technical things will not at all matter. When I talk about agile methodology, so that means you'll have to think in a proactive approach. That's what. The approach is different. So as I was telling you, agile means it is not, okay, they are currently following that particular methodology in software development in a quite a big way. But again, those concepts are applicable in all the domains. So that's what actually PMA wants to now test all the project managers from all the domains in the agile concepts, which will again make them successful project manager irrespective of the domain.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir, are you giving any training on Jira? Because actually most of projects are handled by using the Jira tool. So the Jira training is any included in our training? Sir?
No, this actually our curriculum, the certificate curriculum is actually, there are some tools we are learning, but again, not like the Jira, Asana, or the Primavera, those type of tools we normally, there's more of a technical project management, right? So here is more about project management processes, right? Not the tool. Tools means again, it's not related to the technical tools.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We will be mentioning about that, but we'll not go into that. We'll just say that for communication, then you could use the tools like the task management and all you can do through the Jira or this Asana or any other thing. You'll just, some remarks will be there, some passing comments will be there, but we are not going to go to the depth of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? You can just ask me now. Otherwise, we can close the session. And again, once again, thanking all of you. Regarding Six Sigma Black Belt course, as you said, it's accredited by CSSC. So do we receive the certificate with the same? So actually, we are actually accredited by CSSC. So our certificate will have the logo of our company, that is ICEQBS, on the left-hand side. And we also have the logo of CSSC on the right-hand side, right? So since we are accredited by Council for Six Sigma Certification, then in their website, then we will give you a link. If you want to check our authenticity, we will give you a link. So you can just click on the link and then you can see that we are an authorized training partner for the CSSC. And our certificate also will have the logo of CSSC. But again, if you are really wanting to get a certificate from CSSC, that also is possible, right? That also is possible. But again, that will cost maybe some, I don't know the exact cost now. And then in that case, you can get a certificate purely from CSSC, but more than 95% of our students coming from across the globe, they just are satisfied with the amount of knowledge and the recognition of the certificate what we are giving, right? So in case you want to go for CSSC or ISSC or ASK exam also, we will also provide all the support for the exam, passing those exams, right? So we'll give you the mock test, we'll give you some one-to-one sessions for clearing any particular topics or something like that, we'll give. So Gopal, in my role as a marketing management executive, I'm involved in both client acquisition. So I can structure project management, client acquisition and execution. How can structure project management integrate and commercial technical aspects of it? Okay. So again, you are talking about this stakeholder management, scope control, the timelines of the schedule management, the project success delivery, value delivery. So these are all some of the very important topics what we'll be covering in the project management, right? So again, I think it'll be like applicable for you also, Gopal. All these concepts and tools, whatever you're going to whatever you're going to do. So again, that will be applicable for you also, and then you can become a very good project leader, project manager after you will be
Okay,
able
sir.
to create that competency. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Then if there are no further questions, maybe we will just close the session today and hope to see you some of you later in any of our Lean Six Sigma or the project management session. And maybe in future session, if you feel that we are actually you got something, then you can refer your friends to attend either our, because we normally conduct one webinar every week. So every alternate week, we conduct the PMP and Lean Six Sigma yellow belt, right? So the yellow belt for the next week will be on 2nd of September. So every alternative week, we will conduct one PMP and one yellow belt session. So you can also refer your friends to attend those sessions if you feel that really this session was useful to you. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Have a great night. Thank you.